So I'm multitasking. I'm gonna turn my camera on just so you know I'm making bread. So I don't know how to post this to YouTube, but I'm gonna try to figure it out earlier since I'm recording it and I have it. Um, I don't know if anyone wants to lead. I figured it'd just be best if we just start with the charter. We already like all put our information on there except for I don't want to say Brianna because I don't think it's Brianna. Brenna. Yeah. So Brenna, if you want to check your email, I think Grace sent out. It's in the Google Drive, so it should have been shared with you. I'll go ahead and share my screen. And here we go. I think we're just gonna dive into this, and I think that's like the best way to go. But
I also real quickly was going to say, I don't know if y'all saw the email from our professor, but she had there's something, it was quarter one highlights we discussed, and I put a document with those questions in our shared drive, and I think it was just kind of things that, which I don't know if it makes sense to do this and then the charter or charter then this, but I think it's things we need to know how what we want to do in terms of I know how we talked about low cost or differentiation.
yeah.
I think it's things like that to get us going.
And you said you put that in the Google Doc or Google.
And I did. If I didn't for some reason.
Is it Q1 decisions?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me go to my Google Drive. Does anyone have a preference on what they want to start with?
I'm good with whatever.
I guess just the charter, probably.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Make sure that's finished. And
yeah, let's start with the charter because the charter talks a bit about standards and just communication styles. And then from there, I'll let you share your screen, Jennifer, and then we can go over the Q1 decisions.
Okay.
I just don't want, sorry, I'm I don't want to be rushed this, and I'm sorry, this is the one day I totally forgot about this. But once we all get this settled, I feel like we'll feel a whole more at ease about all this. So
it's so funny because I'm also making bread as well, so that makes me happy.
I'm making bruschetta for dinner tonight, and so I'm trying to make garlic infused olive oil, and it's a
ooh, yum.
Yeah, very Italian over here. So
it makes me happy. Okay,
bring in bread next time you're in person.
Oh heck yeah, I will. Okay, maybe we'll do it one day when we have an in-person meeting. So
yes,
I just went ahead and put my availability. I know we're all really busy people, so I feel like by putting our availability, it's oh, okay, we all have this and this. And so I know we're all very busy people, and so I feel like we should just make the most of our time. So I just put availability because I feel like we all have so many constraints. So I thought that was the most efficient way to do that. But
is this on the Google Doc that Grace shared the other day?
Yes, the Google Drive, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's in the group me, possibly. And so that's the top half, and you guys can watch your screens and edit. But we just need to come up with a team name, and then some standards and expectations for each other. So your name, what are some things you want from this team, things you want to avoid or prevent. And then she gave some really good examples. So if you guys just want to put in your information at the top, and then we can talk about standards for each other, and then we can come up with a team name. And then once we get started with that, we can go to the Q1 questions, which will help a lot with going through the pencils on the marketplace. And then we can get some of those filled out. And if we don't, I think we could get it all finished today because there wasn't that many pencils. But there might be a few that were hey, let's think about this and come back to it and have a 30-minute meeting or some other time to just hey, I thought about this, or yeah. So
yeah, good.
I'm just going to claim this box. I'll just do that. Oh, sorry, that was... and we can't just talk through these things because I feel weird because we're recording and this is going to go on YouTube. I've never loaded anything to YouTube, but I guess we're going to be YouTube famous now. So I'm going to say Grace, but I mean we're all very busy people. We all have other classes. I work 3 jobs. Some of us are in Greek life and have other commitments. So I just think if somebody I really can't make it this Sunday, we need to find some other time. Just being hey, it's totally fine. We completely understand. do you want to like record this and you go back and watch it? Do you want to like try to reschedule another time? And so I feel like that's just like open communication and like being ready to forgive and have open minds with that. So effort's a big one. Oh yeah, Jennifer, that's a good one. I don't want to feel
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say, like, with that, I think kind of like you said, like, I mean, it goes off what you said. I feel like we're all busy and everyone has things, and I mean, I think we're all seniors here, and like, I mean, I know, like, I mean, personally, like, I want a good grade, and like, I'll do my best on my things that get assigned to me, and it's like, for me, it's kind of like I hope y'all can do the same, so that like, you know, we're all busy, so it's hard for people to pull extra work if someone's like slacking.
yeah.
That's something important for me.
I feel like since we are all seniors, I'm gonna assume we're all seniors. We all know what it's like to be in that group where you're the one doing the whole project, or like in a group where like no one's doing their part and you have to, like, you get really bad work. Really don't want this to happen. This sounds like a fun class. I'm really excited for it, and so I just want to make the most of it. And even if you guys are like, I mean, I feel like this class is just going to be a really good experience. And so
I had a friend who took this, I think maybe it was a year ago, and he said he was like, honestly, I really enjoyed it because I had a good group, and like, it wasn't bad because everyone was on top of their stuff and doing everything. So he was like, we got to enjoy it, and it wasn't like, you know, stressful. So
yeah.
My roommate took it last semester and she said her group was horrible, so the entire thing was horrible. So I feel like as long as we just like are on our stuff, I feel like it should be good.
Yeah. I just like want the feeling. Sorry, I'm like one of those people, like the feelings. Like I want the feelings like when we go into executive briefings or like meetings with each other to be like, okay, like I know this is a school thing, but this can be fun. Like I just want to learn. I want to keep going. Let's just do this rather than, oh my gosh, I hate this. I'm dreading this. I have to do with these people or like this project. So it's like keeping it like, yeah, it's learning, fun kind of thing. So if anyone wants to add anything like what they want to do, sorry, I feel like since we're on YouTube, I need to talk, but
I don't think it's I think we can make it like private. Like, I think you could do like a private thing on YouTube.
we'll figure
I
it
can
out.
know,
Did
but
anyone make a
Yeah.
YouTube in like middle school? Just, but cool. So we talked about some things that we want. What are some things we want to avoid? I don't want anyone to feel like, I know we're all going to get overwhelmed at some point, but like, I don't want somebody to like hold in their like, I'm getting so overwhelmed by this project. My team expects so much of me. And like, you get bitter towards us. Like, you know how there's that one person who sometimes gets kind of, I don't want to say like overwhelmed, but they're just like, they expected so much from me and I failed and they're like not working with me. And I feel like I'm the only one putting in effort and everyone else is just kind of like, what happened? So like, I'm just going to say like overwhelmed to bitterness. I don't know. I don't know. It's overwhelmed. Makes sense. Last minute, that's a good one, Grace.
oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm about to jump. I promise you guys will usually have my complete attention. Today was like the day I was like, oh no, I have to cook this thing for this dinner. And it's at like, I'm leaving at 4:30. So I was like, and you have to make it like super early or else it like it's bad. So I'm like trying to make it whatever the time. Sorry.
No, I literally, I don't care. You're fine.
Yeah, you're all right.
Doing task port, that's a good one, Jennifer. Time management, yeah. Don't be that person who's like, I was really scared because I was like, if somebody says they can't come at 3 p.m., like, I don't know when to reschedule. Like, we all like super busy people and we really don't have like any other time than Sundays and Mondays. And Mondays can be pretty overwhelming just because it's like your start of your week. And so I was like, please just don't be the people who are like 10 minutes before a meeting, I can't make it, you know?
Yeah. Or even I've had things where we like plan a meeting and then like someone doesn't like he or she agreed to the time and they like don't show up and we're like,
Yeah.
right, like
Like I was like,
you
Jennifer,
agreed,
where
but
are you? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was logging in on my Zoom.
No, I realize it's like Sunday and like not everyone. Sundays are like my busy day, like my busy weekend day. So I'm like looking at my clock, like, is it 3:00 yet? Is it 3:00? Like double checking the time multiple times in a row. Poor time management. That's a good one. Poor communication. Yeah, please just like please talk it out. Like, I feel like we're all seniors and we're at this point. Like, hopefully any of you've had like worked with like organizations or even had an internship or like a super professional job that like, hey, like we can talk about this. Not being accountable, like, okay, if you're not doing your half or you're turning in poor work, I'm hoping like one of us is going to step up and be like, hey, I don't want to go back
No,
to this, but this
exactly. Like take responsibility and just talk about it, and like we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I think we seem to be all pretty understanding so far, and like good communication. I feel like that's just so important. Is just to be accountable, be responsible. Stuff happens. We'll figure it out. But we can't do anything if you don't let us know.
Yeah.
Even if it's something too where it's like, hey guys, this happened and then I have this and like I really don't like I need help with this thing because I don't feel like I just whatever come up, like we will help, but like ideally it's just not like the night before.
Right. I mean, I feel like we're adults, we're mature. Sorry, I was gonna we're accountable, we are adults, we know stuff happens, but at the same time, we are adults, so we should be responsible and just communicate. We're not, yeah. So.
Yeah, and I feel like that kind of also like,
I think we're gonna be fine. I think we have a good group. I think we know expectations, what we're doing, what to not do. We're understanding. Stuff happens. I think we're gonna be great. I'm honestly really excited.
Yeah. And I feel like
because I think this would be really cool.
Yeah. I especially think it goes to the time management, just like, okay, we're doing this on Sunday afternoon, so we have like Sunday nights to plan out our week. So like if it's like, hey guys, we have this thing due tomorrow at noon, this decision, like, and you're like in charge of the decision, I think we're gonna collab on all of them. But let's just say you've like an assignment to it. And you're like, just be like, hey, I didn't realize I have like 4 exams this week and I really don't have time to do this and I really need some help. Can somebody like get with me and like collab on it for like 30 minutes or something? Like,
for sure. That's
don't be prideful. Don't be like, I have to do this whole thing. Like, don't sack off on your work, but like if you're thinking hard, like we're here to help people.
We yes, because you can't do life alone, and you obviously can't run a bike business alone. So we're here for each other. We're gonna do great.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. I am too. I think this will be really fun.
The best part about this is it's all like a stimulation. So it's like, even if like our bike shop goes under and we all end up like homeless, it's theoretical. Like it's all fake. So
we all end up
be homeless alone,
Somebody let somebody stay at their house and it'll be great. It'll be fun.
It's like Sims. It's like Sims, you like would kill your Sims on purpose. It's like that. But we're going to become bike millionaires. It's going to be pretty great.
I'm so excited. This is going to be so
fun. I don't know anything about bikes, but I'm going to pretend I know everything.
Yeah.
Well, I think what sounds good is like we're all on the same page.
Yes, I think we all have like the same expectations and same like morals and values about how this is going to go, which is very important.
One thing I do want to address is like, because I feel like this is going to happen because it happens to everyone. But if there's a time, we need to come to agreement on this. If there's like a time, because I feel like there's going to be where somebody can't meet on Sunday night or Monday night, like something just happens and you can't meet either of the days. Would you guys like as a group, like if it was you, like you were the person who couldn't come, would you want us to as a group meet as a whole and then you come back? Or would you want us to like try somebody meet up with you like 101 and give you summary? Or do you want to just like us to like fill you in next time or wait for you or reschedule a time? Like, what would you want if you were the person who's like, I can't make Sunday or Monday nights. I don't know what I'm going to do. My team needs me. Like, what would you want to do in that situation? Because I feel like
I
that
would.
could happen.
I was thinking about like taking like minutes and like just writing everything down that we talk about. So if somebody does have to miss or something, then I could just give them like the summary of my notes and just send them that. Oh, and I could obviously like talk to them, but I was just thinking about like writing stuff down so that way we just like have what we talked about in the last meeting. I feel like I'm being so extra, but I just thought that would be easy because I thought about that and I was just thinking like, okay, that would be, I mean, if we just like, if I just get the notes and then if somebody did miss or whatever, or you're like, oh, what did we talk about this last meeting? Then I'll just have the notes. So I feel like that could be a good option, but I don't know. It's whatever you guys want to do. I was just
We
thinking about
have
that.
we have the videos too, like they'll be recorded, so it won't be like a
Right.
huge thing
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And we could just add that to like a VP thing. Like, here's some notes, here's the recordings. Like, if you need clarification on anything, refer to the video. Or
I think
Yeah.
part of it too could like might be a little situational and like what I mean, I don't know like if our tasks are relatively similar each week, but if like there might be a meeting and like this is kind of really important stuff, let's try to reschedule or like something. But if it's like, oh, like exactly you just need the meeting notes or whatever, like then I think that's a good like if it's not too big of a thing, then I think meeting notes are perfect.
Yeah. I mean, that way we just have it. We could look back on it instead. I mean, we could obviously watch video as well, but just to, like get some basic, I don't know. I was like, I'm a secretary for like 2 clubs. So it's like, I'm like so used to it. I wouldn't mind at all. It helps out a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so I scrolled down a bit and I found out that there's more information, which it looks like, who is this? Is this Grace? Jennifer is on it. So emergency, do we just want to put group me? I feel like that's been working. I feel like the ads, sorry, I'm a big adder. I don't get my notifications unless I get added. So
yes, please keep doing that.
But we also have our phone numbers up above. So feel free to put me in your contacts and be like Jessica Kirshner Marketplace or something. Like, no offense.
Yeah. We could also do like a group message as well, like with text and stuff. Because I actually, not that I don't pay attention to group me, but it's easier on text, I feel like sometimes.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Sorry. What constitutes as an emergency?
It's like if you can't show up, maybe.
I would say that. Yeah. Or like if you're having a really bad mental day, like this, like to get a little vulnerable this past semester, like my sister got sent to rehab and my mom has cancer right now. So like some days are really bad days. Like last Sunday, I scraped my car against a column in Val Hall and I had to be at work at 1 p.m. and I found out my mom got promoted to stage 2 breast cancer. So that was a really bad day. And that is like, I still went to work. So, but that to me could be like, if like somebody else was like, I can't handle this, I would be like, okay, cool. So like, if you're just having like a really bad day and you like really can't, like, I don't even care if you show up and you're just like black screen, black mic, you're just saying yay, nay to our decisions. Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh. Bless your heart. Honestly.
We're getting through it. We're getting through it.
I will be absolutely keeping her in my thoughts. Absolutely.
But yeah, so I'm a big, I completely understand when it comes to people who are like, it's fine. Like, I just can't do today and things like that. So,
oh, of course. Yeah.
Be understanding with that. But just so you guys know. So sometimes I get a little hectic, little emotional. Just for one.
Very fair.
I'm emotional and like literally nothing even happens in my life. So, well, not nothing, but I'm emotional about everything. Like, you're totally fine.
Yeah. So, okay.
You're okay. No, I think we're all forgiving about things like that. It should be. I'm like just making assumptions of everyone, but you all seem amazing.
So who will be responsible for sharing information with the team? Does this responsibility rotate? I feel like we all get the same emails. So like, I feel like anyone can be responsible for just being like, hey, did you see the email that professor sent out? Like, did you get the email from our coach or whatever? Like,
yeah, like if it's like, hey, this needs to be done, and we're like, someone can just say, hey, everyone see this.
Yeah, like this message if you read the email, or like like this message, if you know you're like, do a poll or something like this or this, like differentiation or low cost. Like, so I feel like just everyone, I don't know what they meant by sharing information. I'm like, how often will we be in a touch? So I thought we had to be like on a weekly thing. I guess like, I don't know. I feel like this is like one of those classes where you like have to meet up weekly or bi-weekly.
Yeah.
So
And we also have communication with like our group me and things. So if something does come up or like we need to have attention to something, like we could just message in there and just figure it out that way. And I mean, obviously we don't have to like hold a meeting for that, but if like something happens, I think we should, I mean, we're going to be in communication. We can figure it out pretty quick.
yeah, I guess it just kind of depends on when we have like decisions due. Like, hey, we have a decision on the 24th and it's the 22nd. Like, we should kind of meet. We don't have any decisions. We just have to like come up with a name and those things. But
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Wait, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just like curious. I was so confused when she was explaining how this, like the actual class of this works. So on Mondays, it's like a completely different thing. And then Wednesdays is when we do like this. But
yeah, I
it's
think.
on Zoom.
yes. So I think
Something like
Mondays
that.
are like, and yeah, feel free because I don't. She gave us a lot of information and she recognized that in her email. She was like, that was a lot. So I think this is one of the things we're just gonna have to like play out for a few weeks until we fully get the grasp of it. But I think Mondays were like in person, like she's giving us information, and then Wednesdays are like meeting during class in a Zoom call and us like doing essentially this, but in a bigger Zoom call, if that makes sense, like break down.
Yeah. Yeah.
She made it act like it would be like we would just be in breakout rooms the whole time, is how it sounded. But I don't know if that's true.
Probably.
I think
It was a lot. It was kind of a lot.
Yeah, I think it was breakout rooms because I think it was because like I think like everyone has 20 minutes with the coach or whoever. So yeah, I guess we just talk and work on things while we're meeting or afterwards.
I had raw garlic on my finger and I just licked my finger on accident and it was gross. But
I also was filling out that next little section. I said we'll meet bi-weekly, which I think someone had said. And then I said a timely response is like responding by end of day. I feel like does that seem timely for everyone?
Well, I mean,
ideally like sooner than that, but like I don't know if I don't know. Y'all thoughts?
Yeah, just like check your groupie before bed kind of thing. Like
just like just keep on it, you know. It's like checking your email and stuff. Like just keep on it. Just, you know, stuff happens. You know, you're not going to respond immediately, which you could, but if you don't, we're not going to think that you're like just out or whatever. So
right. And then I also just said that like I find it helpful too to know like if we divide stuff out to like we can all message and be like, hey, like I did I did mine. So it's like, so in case someone forgets, like instead of like, I feel like that's a good way to make sure no one like accidentally like forgets to do something. Cause if everyone said like, I've done my part, we can be like, hey, like at Brenna, have you done yours? Like you haven't said anything or something like that.
Like just sending like updates in the group, like, hey, finished, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think like marketing VP, like, hey, I made our logo. It's done. Send a quick picture. You know what I mean? Like little updates. Like, hey, I'm the accounting person. Did our budgeting. If you want to go look at it, it's done. Those kind of things.
Yeah. Instead of being like, oh, like, did they do our logo? Like, I hope we did as we walk into class.
Like, hey, I haven't heard from Jennifer and she's supposed to do our data or something. You know?
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry about not being in the group for a little bit. I don't know what was happening. That was so weird.
That was group. I swear I was not trying to exclude you by any means, but it was just like, it was like failing to add you. And I was like, is this girl like a part of like the black market? Is it like, so I just, I think it was Grace who suggested like, just send her an email. So, but now you're here. So we're glad to have you.
Yes, I finally made it.
Happy to have you. All right.
I'm joining on my laptop because my phone is about to die. So if I'm like in both places at the same time, you know what's happening. I'm not leaving and I'm not like just being weird. Just taking forever.
All good. All right, what do we want to do if a team member fails to respond in a timely manner and then if they miss a deadline?
I feel like we should just ask well, obviously not whatever. I would just be like, hey, you didn't really make it. Just the whole communication thing. We'll just talk to them about it. I think.
Have a little intervention, like
Just be like, hey, like what's going on? You know, you don't have to spill out everything, but like, you know, you could just be like, oh, well, this is what happened. And I'm sure somebody will explain, like they're not gonna just not say anything.
I think it would be best for like whoever's president at that time, because you have like your president or whatever, to be like, hey, like, okay, Chase is president, and he like recognizes that like Jessica's not doing her part. Like Chase could come in and be like, hey, Jessica, like some of the other group members have been talking to me. Like I noticed you haven't been doing your work on time. Like you didn't come for a meeting last week. Are you okay? What's going on? Like I'm going to talk to you. And then if I don't say to him, if I don't respond to him, then like go to like the team, be like, hey, I reached out to this person. She's not talking to me. And then from there, just reach out to the coach, like hierarchy of like authority, I guess, is what I would say. So just like giving that kind of to the president to handle the conflict. So it's not like all of the team, like, let's all gang up on Jessica because she missed last week's, you know, that kind of thing. So
I agree with you on that as well.
Rosemary to my infused garlic oil. We'll see how this goes.
Sorry, I'm just kind of writing things down as y'all are speaking, trying to put what y'all are saying into words.
Hey, thanks for doing that, Jennifer.
Yeah, not a problem. I don't know if, like, I guess in my head, it's kind of like, ideally we don't miss a deadline, and even if, like, if Jessica went AWOL and, like, just could not get a hold of her, and we're like, I guess, like, worst comes to worst, like, maybe just the rest of us would power down and do your work and kind of, like, hopefully eventually get a hold of you and be like, hey, like,
yeah,
or something.
I don't feel like that is. I genuinely don't think that something like that will happen unless it's something that's like. If it's that, then I feel like there is going to be something that is really happening that is more concerning than this situation, because I don't think any of us are just going to be like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not coming and I'm not doing my work. I don't know. I feel like that just, I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think it will, but I hope it doesn't. And then if it does, we'll figure it out.
I don't get the vibes. I don't get that vibe from this group. So.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, so.
Yeah.
Like when you come seniors, like, I feel like our biggest fear is like senioritis. Like, I feel like there's just like the worst case scenario is like there comes a point where we're all like, I don't want to be in school anymore kind of thing. But we're just going to have
that was me like last week, but I've got to keep going.
We're not gonna do that. Okay, what else do we have? I set up this Zoom meeting. I don't mind setting up the Zoom meetings, but they're super easy if anyone can, but I don't mind taking that responsibility.
Yeah, that's perfect. You just send the link.
Will we require cameras during Zoom meetings?
Do you want to like different people record them and turn them in, or do you just want to do that? I don't know, like, I don't know how much of a thing that is. Like,
I don't mind doing it because I'll figure out the YouTube. And so my thought was like, I'll just upload it to YouTube and then delete it from my laptop or put it on like a jump drive so we have them. I feel like it's best if somebody just like does all of that recording just in case it's like, hey, it didn't upload to YouTube or like, so I'll figure it out. I think it's relatively easy.
You'll take charge of like posting them and then turning them to Canvas?
Yes, I will be the VP of video calls. But so do we require cameras? I'm gonna say no. I mean, I like seeing y'all's faces, and this is great to me. But like, if there's like a day we're all in bed and it's like raining outside, and we're just like looking like hobos or homeless people, like I don't mind.
I'm looking like that right now, and I don't care. It's fine.
I mean, I feel like it's definitely
Grace, and Grace is like,
I just am not looking the best at the moment. I don't want to put you through that by showing my face.
Yeah. I don't How will we use our meeting plan? Will we start each meeting with a clear agenda? Who will create the agenda? Will we each have the meeting with a double check?
I'm fine with like, I mean, I guess in my head when I think of agenda, even kind of like what you said, Jessica, when we got on, it was kind of like, all right, let's do the charter, then we can go do the questions, then we can go do this. Like, I feel like even just something simple like that is a good way to start.
Yeah.
Just kind of like be on the same page of everything we need to do and get done. Which like I'm fine if I need to look at all the things we need to do and like kind of say that at the start.
Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah. And I think it's best if we like, I don't mind setting up the Zoom meetings and recording them, but like if we want to take turns, like whoever has the agenda for the week, or like we could also give this to the president, like the president lead the meetings. I don't know. Like that's my thought, just because we are like seniors and we're about to go professional field. So like maybe having each of us like, okay, here's the agenda for this week. This is the decisions we need to make, or whoever's like president at the time, like letting them lead that. And then maybe even sending like a little memo in the group chat, like, hey, look at charter, look at marketplace. We're talking about these intermediate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My hair's like slipped on the like down. That's bad. Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna start on the next question. I feel like we're gonna come somewhat prepared. I think we're gonna talk in the group meet and stuff, and just I don't think we're gonna come in like completely just unaware of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say that we're gonna discuss most of what needs to, or what most of what's gonna happen. Let's see.
Yeah, because I feel like too, like I feel like there's typically more questions as you're working on something than at the start.
Right.
Kind of thing. Like
yeah, exactly. I feel like we're gonna talk about
like, oh sorry. But
I feel like all the preparations will happen like during the Wednesday thing. Like whatever we do on Wednesday will be the preparation. And then like this would be where we actually have already done something.
Yeah, and I feel like too, since everything is typically due on Tuesday and like we're kind of meeting Sunday and Monday, like I feel like there's just not much time. Like I guess there's just not much time if you don't know what you're doing unless you're just free all day Monday or something. Like ideally you kind of work on it. We get assigned Wednesday and then we work on it like Wednesday through you have all week, like 5 days or whatever, then you can come ask questions and then finish it up. Or else it is going to be like, it might be a lot of things to do last minute if we just cold turkey it on Sundays.
how we make major decisions. I think we're all going to be in agreement on big decisions. I think we're all going to come together and decide what we should do with things like that.
We probably have to kind of have a thing in case that doesn't happen. Not that I disagree, but in case for whatever reason. Oh, I see what you mean. Will we require consensus? Sorry, I do agree with that then.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, I don't think we would just go in all of us like blindly and just make a decision.
Yeah.
I feel like we
Yeah.
would talk about it first, but
Okay, consensus then.
mhm.
I would say yes, that we would discuss pros and cons. What happens if a team member shows up unprepared, lacking knowledge, etc.? Or what if they sidetrack, disengage, or sit quietly during a meeting?
I don't
feel
know.
like, well, we all just said to keep each other accountable. I just
Yeah.
feel like a lot of these things aren't going to actually be problems that we have, but
Right.
I feel like if this is the case, just like once again, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna make the president like the communication keeper and just be like, pull them aside outside of the meeting room, like, hey, can I talk to you? Like, you seem unprepared. Like, has this been a busy week? Like, let me understand where you're coming from. Okay, like, let me give you a 5-minute rundown, give you 5 minutes to get your stuff together, and then come back in, if
Right.
they're engaged or sitting quietly, like just call them out in the middle of the meeting, like, hey, can you like put down your phone? Like, hey, Jessica, can you stop cutting up bread and please pay attention? You know, those kind of things. So I'm calling myself out. I'm like, I swear, this is like the only time I will be making bread while we're doing this. But
It's okay. You're still involved, so it doesn't matter what you're doing otherwise. I mean,
see, I feel like if it's like you're on your phone but you're still engaged,
you're engaged. You're fine.
yeah.
Everything's fine.
You can multitask if you can multitask.
Right. Right. It's a skill. I don't possess it. However, it does happen with some people. I can't do anything at the same time.
Okay, we're almost there.
I attempt, but it just never really works out for me.
I feel that. After action reviews.
I don't really know what that is.
Does that mean
Okay.
like when we get a grade?
I think it's like reviewing ourselves, like giving each other grades.
I
feel
think
like
this
that's
is like okay, this is gonna sound weird, but this is what I do with my boyfriend. So I'm gonna suggest it. Like once a month, we just have like we call it a come to Jesus meeting, but we could call it like, okay, guys, it's been 1 month. Like, how are you feeling? Like, and we could each go by like, okay, let's talk about Jessica's performance. Like, okay, Jessica, you did really great, but like you were really distracted with your bread and that kind of like took from the meeting. Can you just pay a bit more attention? Like, Jennifer, you did great taking the notes. Thanks for taking that initiative. Like, Chase, you were a little quiet. I need you, like just going to like, okay, is everyone still having fun? Like, does anyone feel overwhelmed? Like, so like once a month, just like having like I don't want to call it a come to Jesus meeting, but
Like just a little check-in.
monthly
little
review, like a monthly checkup.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it means. Like, just like, let's review this month. Let's like review our performance this like quarter without our coach. Like, how are we doing mentally? How are you doing like with this class? Do you need help individually? That kind of thing.
Oh yeah. That sounds great. I'm just gonna say outright, I hate the sport of golf.
You hit the what?
I hate golf. It takes literally my boyfriend is always playing golf and then never don't even get to speak to him all day. And he's like, oh, I'm golfing. I hate golf.
My boyfriend's doing chemistry homework, so it's been at it for a few hours now, but it's fine.
Oh, the difference. Wow.
I feel like we've talked about accountability, and it was like basically just kind of communication in the group me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that just kind of goes off of what we said with the bullet before, just like talking about how everybody's doing and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll scroll down. How we share? Yeah. I feel like it just goes back to what we said. Like, if there's anyone who's, I don't know about you guys, sometimes I can be sensitive. So like 101 is like the best way personally. I feel is just be like have the president pull them aside, like one-on-one confrontation, so no one feels like humiliated. But if it's like in the middle of the meeting and you're like obviously not paying attention, just somebody being like, just one person, like not all of us need to gang up, but like one person just being like, hey, Jennifer, can you please pay attention? Or like not even that, just being like, so Chase, what do you think about that? Like kind of like pulling that person out a little bit, like without being like a little passive aggressive, but like not rude, just being like, so what do you think about this, Chase? Like, what's your opinion on this? Like, you're not really, sorry, are you engaged? Are you listening? Do I need to catch you? You know, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
if it's like a really big problem, I think the president should be like our affairs person.
Do we need to decide that today?
I think
On who's
that's
doing what?
next. I think
Okay.
that's next.
That's my roommate. Sorry. What's the best way to put olive oil on my bread? I don't have a brush. Thank you. My roommate has a brush.
Wow, they really are having so much about conflict.
They really expect us to fight about this. They don't have a lot. They don't have a lot of faith. I've noticed. We're gonna prove them wrong.
Yeah. Oh wow, you can even remove a team member.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and then all of our grades become null after that.
Jesus, I hope that doesn't
What
happen.
does that mean? Like they
He get like a
Like,
0.
what?
It's just fail.
That's crazy. I wish they had this for other things because I've had a team member too that have been like god awful,
and there's
terrible. I don't think this is gonna happen with us. We're gonna be the best, and we're gonna make the most money. Knock on wood, but I think we're gonna do good. So we've answered all the questions, yeah?
I
I
think
believe so.
I think the last thing we have to do with this charter is just the company name. But I feel like that would be
company name.
maybe after we do our Q1 decisions, maybe a company name will come to us.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead, Jennifer, and share your screen with the Q1 questions, and we can start on those? And I'll like unshare my screen. Wait, did I share my screen? No share. Back to screen. How do I unshare? I don't know what the heck. Oh, pause share. Resume share.
Oh, I don't think I can. It doesn't let me share.
Sorry, I'm a hot mess right now. We're gonna.
If you want, you can share and go to that page, and I'll continue typing.
Okay, wait. Go to which page? Go to the
Q1 decisions. It's in the drive.
Yeah, for
The
me,
drive?
it's just showing up in the drive, the like shared folder.
Yeah, I created it in there, so it might not have like sent.
share drives.
Could have shared with me.
Market stem. Is it this one?
No,
Is this it?
no.
Nope, that's not it. I'm like looking at this. I was like, that's 2019. That's 2000. Hold on, maybe
Mine
it's me.
didn't pop. If you go to shared with me. Mine pops up there, and then scroll down, and then right there, BUAD 453 Group B1. Up,
I'm
it
so
is.
sorry. I'm so
There
sorry.
it is.
Q1 decisions. Sorry, I'm like, for somebody in information management, I'm like the worst at this thing. What is our team level? I think we all agreed on differentiation last time.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Is everyone okay with that? Everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. Or
Did we say for 2 that we want to do speed and mountain? Was that like our decision for the second question?
I believe
think
that's what we agreed on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if anyone wants to say something, please speak now or forever hold your peace.
I would say maybe like speed and mountain, and then like I don't know if that's something. Like I guess, is it something if we were doing well we could add recreation, or is that something we definitely have to decide from the beginning?
The one
I
example.
think
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say she said in class she said do it at least 2, but most people only do 2. Because it's like she was talking about how it's just like extra stuff you have to do, but I don't.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter either way.
I think if we're going with differentiation, there's most likely with differentiation, they're going to be in the speed or mountain like area. Like they're not going to really want to recreational like stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think those are definitely the best two for differentiation. In my opinion, I don't know what I'm talking about, but
No,
it's my two.
I don't know what I'm talking about either, but I know what you're saying, and I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. That answers my question. Okay, number 3, what benefits, needs, / wants will delight consumers in each of your target segments? What is your analysis? Oh, this almost takes research. What is your analysis of the market?
So benefits. I think if you did anyone else do the micro stimulations?
I haven't done
I
that
haven't
yet.
done them yet.
If
No.
not, I highly recommend. But I think this is what it was talking about, like positive correlations and negative correlations. So like benefits that you would want in your target segments. There's like for speed and mountain, you would want like a light frame on your bike. You're gonna want like lightweight. What else is there? You want suspension if you're doing mountain. You would want different gears for mountain. So like those kind of things. I'm trying to think of what other ones had. It had like lights for safety. It had we don't need a rack because you don't need right. But
was it the thing that had like that she like kind of showed, and it was like there's all these features and you can pick and like see, yeah, like what you said, what core. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the micro stimulation. And like once you do that, we could come back to this and like add on because it was just simple things like that. And we can talk more about that later if you want to see what the next question is. Oh wait, I can scroll down. But see, and then maybe that's what it's talking about. Like, okay, so maybe by benefits it means like benefits like okay, if you're I don't know. Benefits like okay, if you do want lightweight.
Oh, this might be more. Okay, wait.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That question. So maybe when it says like what benefits one for needs will delight, maybe it means like I don't know, adrenaline junkies or
will delight consumers. Okay.
It says
Sorry.
analysis of the marketplace data. Is that somewhere? Like, is that just like a hypothetical, or is there actually marketplace data to look at?
I think that's the simulation is where you would get that from.
Let's see if I can pull up my micro. Divine is this one.
Are the benefits for 3 just like it's just what they want, and then 4 is how they get what they want, right? Am I reading that right?
I think you're right.
Okay.
See,
That's what I thought as well.
So like I guess like for speed, you talked about lightweight. So like for 4, you could put what makes it lightweight, like what it's made of or whatever.
like for feeling light, it says like lightweight frame.
Yeah. And you could put from mountain, like it has to have good suspension, and then you could put what the
Better
suspension actually
handling,
is.
so like extra wide tires. stronger brakes. These were some of them. Don't copy you see these answers. They're pretty easy to come. Like carrying things. And then it goes further into I think it goes further into detail. It was like there's like one part where it's like talked about benefits and where is it? Picking your segment market, that was really helpful. Building a mountain bike. This is what I was talking about. So it's like I'm gonna full screen too. So it's like, okay, for this was like these numbers are like, okay, they wanted like 5 is like the most wanted, negative is like the least wanted, and this was specifically for mountain bikes. And it was like most people want it to feel light, and then since this is a 4, that's the next one. Handle steeper incline, and then 3 softer bumps. But what wasn't important to mountain bikers was like having a better handling or like protecting. No, that one was sorry, that's positive. Like -1, like they don't care if they get dirty, they don't care if it can carry things. And so that's what I was thinking it was talking about, but
I
yeah.
think I don't even know how I got here, but I just found like the data of the customer needs and wants for each type of bike. So do you think that's what they just want us to type into those things? Or is the stuff that's already here?
Yeah. Do you want to share? Wait, you can share something. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
looking at these questions, it looks like we need to maybe do our marketplace, all the edits, and then maybe
Yeah.
these things come into play. So
So do we want to get started with the pencils?
do we, this is a dumb question. Is this a website?
The marketplace?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just go back to where you registered in class for the marketplace and you click on that and then you go, it takes you to your login information. And that's how I've been getting to it. And then you could probably put a star by it and put it by your favorites, like up here, but yeah.
So wait, I go to, like the
Go to your
registration.
Canvas and then click on the class and then it says like B1 Universe and then click on that where you register to buy your license.
Okay.
And then that's how I got back to it. And then we can all see like Grace is on here, Chase is on here. And so we can just,
Okay.
and anyone can edit this, like it's not just me, but
It looks like our first pencil is coming up with a name and logo.
we could say Bike World, Runaway Bikers,
I like Runaway Bikers.
It makes me think about Bon Jovi's "She's a Little Runaway." Sorry, I love Bon Jovi. I'm just throwing names out here. Y'all don't have to skip any of these. Beautiful bikes, bikers for the brave, brave bikers.
I'm really gravitating towards Runaway Bikers. You've convinced me with the
I
Bon
mean,
Jovi
Speed
one.
and Mountains are our. I feel like they're pretty runawayish people, but
I just think that's cool. I just think it's like different, and I like it.
That's good with me if it's good with everyone. Sounds good.
does anyone else have a nice
Wait,
suggestion for
I can put up with this. Wait, what are we going with?
Hmm?
What was it? I'll put it on the
Runaway
chart.
Bikers?
How do we want to like how do we want to spell it?
RUNAWAY space.
Like one word?
Like Runaways, one word is what I was thinking, but
Yeah. I don't know if we're doing some like play on anything or like
yeah.
just gonna have the Runaway Bikers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that means the charter's done, correct?
Yes.
Which I just
think
put my
so.
company name in that, which I can turn in after this if y'all want.
I'm putting.
So do I need to edit it or?
Yeah, if you want, maybe you can do edit and like we can all kind of look at your screen and like you can edit and we can talk through what you're looking at.
Maybe go to workspace. Oh, here we go. Okay, I need these little